What if I told you that you could get a Kenwood double-din stereo with Apple Carplay, Android Auto, and a capacitive touchscreen for only $300? Would you be interested? You better be, because the DMX47S is a substantial upgrade to the factory head unit in your 2002 Honda Accord. Inside the box is the double-din digital media receiver with shortened chassis. Radio removal tools, external Bluetooth microphone, hardware, radio trim panel, this little plastic thing, wiring harness, speaker harness, parking brake extension, warranty card, and instruction manual. Rear connections include wiring harnesses, 2-volt Rca Preamp Outputs for front and rear, camera input, video output, 3.5mm AV jack input, radio antenna, Sirius XM, 2-volt subwoofer preamp output, and USB. The stereo also has a built-in steering wheel control remote input wire. You'll notice the software is up to date for 2020. Kenwood took a unique step with the DMX47S receiver. The capacitive touchscreen is incredibly responsive, and combined with the speed of the OS, navigation through this unit was a breeze. The shortened chassis comes in with a depth of just 2 15/16 inches in length. This means two things: it makes installations much easier, and it eliminated the disc slot, so no CD or DVD playback. The DMX47S does not come with a remote control. The KNA RCDV331 must be purchased separately. Apple Carplay and Android Auto are essential when upgrading your factory head unit or buying a new car. The DMX47S does not have wireless Android Auto or wireless Apple Carplay. You must use the USB cable connection to access both at all times, and you cannot download it later on. Both charge your device at the same time. Again, they will not work wirelessly. The stereo does not have built-in navigation, but I prefer Google Maps on Android Auto or Apple Carplay anyways. Some quick cons to this stereo. The display is not HD, but instead 800 by 480 pixels. Quite the bummer, but the capacitive touchscreen makes up for it. The other big con is that the preamp outputs are 2 volts. We'll get a more accurate rating on them later on when we test them in a minute. The stereo also isn't compatible with iDialing Maestro, which I know a lot of people really hope to integrate into their vehicles. Over the last few years, Kenwood has gone back and forth with putting a 3.5mm audio-video jack on their head units, and fortunately they put it on this one. This makes mirroring your smartphone to the stereo easy with a couple of correct adapters in conjunction with the Kenwood CA-C3AV. Be aware, when we tested this, the pin configuration was a little different and the colors didn't match up, so test to see which one's video and which are the audios. And there is no actual reference to the CA-C3AV in the manual. We'll put links to the screen mirroring kits for both iOS and Android devices below in the video bio. You can clearly tell from the wiring harnesses that this Kenwood is different than other ones. It appears to be a private labeled piece of hardware, as evident from the different power and speaker connectors. It's nice to see that they're going to be competing in lower price points. This stereo does not have HD radio. Bluetooth will allow hands-free calling, plus streams your music wirelessly from your phone with music tags. Connecting to the USB port with your phone enables music and app audio playback, as well as charges your device. The USB port connection provides album artwork onto the home screen in either Spotify, Pandora, or iPod Source. I could not get album artwork to work wirelessly via Bluetooth, which I usually can do with Kenwood, but this one was not compatible. The stereo is Sirius XM ready with the SX-V300V1 tuner, and steering wheel control ready with the Axxess ASWC1 interface. Links in the video bio below. Using a USB thumb drive, the stereo is compatible with MP3, WMA, AAC, WAV, and FLAC audio files. And for video, it plays MPEG-1, MPEG-2, MPEG-4, H.264, MKV, and WMV files. You can also upload and view JPEG images. Customize your DMX47S with several preset wallpapers or upload your own. The display settings have some new interesting features like screen adjustment of contrast, brightness, color, and tint. Kenwood puts you in full control of the audio settings. Let's test this stereo out and see what it can do. The first test we ran was 2 channels driven at 4 ohms, 14.4 volts, 40 Hz, EQ flat. Our audio precision will generate our signal in measured distortion. At volume 37, our HPA903B audio analyzer picked up 16.20 watts RMS. The audio precision read 0.125% distortion and 7.97 volts of output. We can switch between left and right channels and see the differences. Our AMM1 read 14 watts RMS. We got 7.99 volts on the Lumi, and we drew 4.14 amps of current. Up to 1 kilohertz. At volume 37, our HP picked up 16.65 watts RMS. The audio precision read 0.2% distortion and 8 volts of output. Channel swap. Our AMM1 read 12 watts. We got 8.09 volts on the Lumi, and we drew 4.07 amps of current. Next, we tested the Rca Preamp Outputs, which Kenwood rates at 2 volts. We ran this test at full EQ. At 40 Hz, we got 3.39 volts, and at 1 kilohertz, we got 3.36 volts. Our final test was on frequency response. We used our audio precision to run up each frequency. At $300, the stereo is one hell of an upgrade. You're getting Apple Carplay, Android Auto, and a capacitive touchscreen. Those alone are worth that price. The display is not HD, but the boot time and OS were fast thanks to the new 2020 Kenwood software. Plus the preamp outputs have a little more juice than we expected. Be sure to go to qualitymobilevideo.com to get all of your car audio and video gear with us today. Links in the bio for everything. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that like button, but if you hate it, click the dislike button. Join the conversation below and subscribe to our channel if you're new. Thanks for watching.